Alrighty guys, welcome back. Today we are currently cruising around in my brand new crawler. Now this has been my little project, if you will, just something I've been working on for the past couple of months. Finally got all the drive lines put together and got it all set up, and here we are now today. I hit the road this morning and I've just gone ahead and ended up at one of my favorite trails. So what this first clip is in today's video, if you guys already saw the thumbnail, you guys would already know that this thing is going to get a lot bigger by the end of the video. So what I'm currently doing right now is ripping it around the woods, around the trails that's about an hour away from my house, away from the shop. So why I'm doing this is to pretty much show you guys just what I've built in the span of a couple of months, and then with the new parts I did go ahead and all get in today. I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to absolutely transform this thing. Now this may not just take today. I'm pretty much completely rebuilding the thing. Now when it comes to frames and stuff like that, I don't really have a problem at putting it all back together or actually building it from scratch like I did this one. But really what was hard was I also had to rebuild this motor. This 289 was actually blown, so I did have to rebuild it and do a little bit of work to it before I went ahead and threw it in this frame that only took me a couple of weeks to build. Now the axles are going to be the easy part. So what I've gone ahead and done is ordered some new heavy-duty axles. They just came in this morning as I was leaving for my adventure, so I can get some clips of me riding this thing around stock. And then by the end of the video we can compare it to riding this thing around when it's built to the state I'd like it to be in. So as I was saying, we are going to redo this thing a decent bit. Now the motor's already rebuilt, so the power is pretty much all there. However, I will try to re-gear it just a little bit. With the new bigger wheels and tires that are going on this thing today, along with the brand new heavy-duty axles, this thing's going to need a little bit of re-gearing. It currently rips around just fine right now, but I'm not 100% sure how it'll rip after all the modifications I'm going to do to it today. So this is pretty much just the base test. This is what is currently like stock. The backstory, like I already said, took me a couple months just to piece it all together. A couple weeks for the frame, couple months to rebuild the motor, and then one thing led to another. I got the motor in, I had to get a custom built exhaust, so I made that up. Didn't really take that long, and this is where we're at right now. And then when I take this thing back up to the shop here in about an hour, I'm actually going to rip around just a little bit more, just kind of break it in, and then I'm going to take it back and do some more modifications to it, and I'll catch you guys at that. So with that, I'll catch you guys as soon as I am back at the shop. So here we are. I've just gone ahead and arrived back at the shop. For now, pretty much I'm just going to go ahead and bring it into the shop, aka storage here, and I'm going to get to work. Going to put it on the stands, and I think the first thing I'm going to tackle with this thing is going to be the bigger heavy-duty axles and the shocks and the beefier drive lines, stuff like that. So we're going to get this thing all done by the end of the day, I hope. Obviously, I'm going to clean it up before I get into tearing the front and rear end down of this thing. So pretty much it's just going to be a frame with no axles, no drive line, nothing. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this thing, and I'll catch you guys as soon as I'm done. Alrighty guys, so it is now currently the next morning. Started on the project around 3 p.m. and it really just ran out until about 12 p.m. when I got too tired. But really all that was left at that point was the wheels and tires. So I went out to the shop this morning, got that all put together. And also, if you guys couldn't already tell, while I was out there putting on some new cover guards so it doesn't get as muddy. That includes for the top, the back, and both sides here. And she is now bright. With some lighting, we can now rip the woods and the trails in the dark. We do now have our handy dandy repair pack, tool pack, whatever you want to call it, as well as a new spare wheel. Now the main things I did upgrade on this thing is number one, the heavy duty axles, new wheels and tires that are way bigger, and I did put 2 turbos on the front. So for a little power increase, I did re-gear it, made everything just completely beefed up and heavy duty, so this thing can go ahead and hit the trails for the rest of the day. So I'm going to go ahead and peel out of here, and I'm going to hit the road, and I'll catch you guys as soon as I'm at the trails. Alrighty guys, we are now out here. I've just gone ahead and ripped it all the way up here. Got some snow on the way actually, just a little bit. But we are now on the trails and ready to rip. Would you guys look at all that? We are in for a fun day. The wait for the build on this thing was well worth it. So let's go ahead and hit the green rocks here. This crawling shouldn't really be too hard as I'm getting stuck already. Let's turn on some diff lock, hit low gear, and we should be able to crawl up. So without any wait, let's go ahead and hit these rocks right here. Let's try to go up this trail. This thing is ready to take just a little bit of a beating. We're currently still in high gear. Low gear may be needed here soon, but I'm not 100% sure because I've made up some pretty steep hills in high gear with diff lock and all-wheel drive on. We're kind of at a little bit of a rough point. This thing does get pretty steep up here just a little bit. There is a certain technique you're going to have to follow when trying to crawl up these hills. Low gear is a little bit rowdy for trying to get up these really steep hills, so I think I'm going to go ahead and just forget about this trail and try to attempt this one here. Alright, so far we're doing okay. We have the normal setup for crawling, so this really shouldn't even be hard at all for this crawler. We're in low gear, all-wheel drive, and we're in low gear, four-wheel drive, and we have all our diff locks enabled. So, we kind of hit kind of a rough spot here, but if we can get over that ledge there, and we're up. Now this here really shouldn't be that hard. Just gonna have to be a little bit careful we do not accidentally fall, miss a little ledge or anything. With the new wheels and tires, this thing should definitely be able to crawl. Really anything you throw in front of it for the most part. But then again, this is my first time running this thing. I've ran crawlers similar to it. This is kind of where I got the idea to build it, one of my buddy's crawlers. And, you know, his made up a lot of these trails a time or two before. And I've actually gotten the opportunity to drive them and make them up many trails similar to this one. So I do have some faith in this thing. Let's make up that ledge. Alright, so far we've made it up pretty high here. We're just about at the top, and I'm going to have to go ahead and reverse right here. Try to get a good grip started. Maybe if I hit this little ledge to our right, we might be able to crawl right up just like that. And our journey continues. We may have just made it to the top. Alright, we've just gone ahead and made it to the top. So, this crawler is pretty insane. I'm very impressed with it. And obviously, of course, I built it, so I'm going to be a little bit impressed with it. But I kind of winged it with the build plans, but I was basing it off one of my buddy's crawlers. You know, his is a little bit more reinforced, so I'm pretty impressed that this thing has held up over everything we've thrown at it so far just today. So I'm pretty impressed with it. Let's just go ahead and see how it'll make it down this hill, because downhill will be a lot easier than uphill. So high gear, and let's just go ahead and fly down this hill here to end off this video. Just test out the heavy duty axle. You know, this is really what I built it for. The frame just held up all right with that little flip, so all around pretty nice, pretty nice. Let's just go ahead and do a little bit more crawling in high gear here, see how she'll hold up. That little ledge kind of just helped us up quite a lot. And we're going to have to go down this way now. So that'll pretty much wrap it up for today's video and the crawler. Leave a like if you guys did enjoy, subscribe if you're new and haven't already, as well as hit that little notification bell to never miss a new daily video from me. Make sure to leave down below in the comments, guys, any new video ideas, anything you guys would like to see from me here on the channel, and also what you guys did think of the crawler and what other series you guys would like to see here. Now, so far, just right here in high gear, all-wheel drive, and diff lock, we just kind of flew up that pretty steep hill. So, yeah, all around pretty impressed with it. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys do think of it. And with that, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to measure you guys day or night. And with that, I'll catch you guys very, very soon in the next one.